All of the things on your boasting list is how many people you slept with. You're coming from a family background where people are even struggling until you send your nude and you send it. You that you're struggling to get hips. Maybe when you're 25, that hips will come from nowhere. Your parents can be wrong sometimes. Sometimes you need to rebel. If I had a younger brother or a sister who is a teenager, these are the type lessons I would give them if they came to me to give them advice on what they should be doing as a teenager in this era in order to make sure that they make most of their teenage years. Because I'm currently in my 20s, and some of the stories or some of the things that I've heard some of the younger generation going through, I have never experienced that. Even your uncles and aunties in their 30s have not even gone through half of what you people are going through, just because you've been misled by the wrong advice or the wrong trends that are ongoing on social media, because you're in a stage where you can easily be influenced. Well, into this video, I'll be sharing with you advice that if you want to, it's not by force. If you want to, feel free to abide by them to help guide you through the ups and downs and the confusion that surround your teenage age. But before we get into the video, hi bandmates, and to my new viewers, hi guys, I'm Abby, a medical doctor currently based in Nigeria, and on this channel I help overachievers and ambitious people like me make their journey towards achieving their goals and navigating life in general as easy and enjoyable as possible. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, do stick around by subscribing. And now that we're done with the formalities, let's get into advice number one. First category in this advice is sex. If you're a teenager and you're having a random sex just because you feel it's cool, because you want to feel among, because you feel like you're not doing the right thing if you're not having it just yet, all I'm going to say is that I'm judging you. If you're a teenager, one of the things on your boasting list is how many people you slept with, I am judging you like mad. You have enough time to explore that. That should not be at the top list of your priority at this point in time. Especially being as young as you are, you can easily get distracted by that. You can easily get emotionally attached, emotionally entangled, and you will not be able to know how to figure these things out, especially as a teenager, especially when it comes to understanding consent, understanding manipulation, understanding love bombing. As a teenager, you are still growing. You don't understand the dynamics that surround sexual activities. It doesn't just end with sex, STIs, unwanted pregnancies. There's a whole lot more that goes into sexual relationships that you as a teenager, that you wouldn't even understand what you're actually putting your body through at that point in time. If you're a teenager, that should not be at the top of your dictionary right now, male or female. One thing about you people is that even if I chat it from now to tomorrow, everybody have been telling people you should not be talking about sex, you should not be thinking about that, you still want to do it. So if you want to still be stubborn and go ahead, even though I've shouted at you not to do it, because there's a whole lot that surrounds that particular topic that you shouldn't even be putting your mind into as a young person who is currently still in the developmental stage, both emotionally, psychologically, and physically. I'll tell you, if you want to still be stubborn, if she says no, leave her. If he says no, leave him. She says she doesn't want to, leave this person. Even if you say, okay, you have already continuously made out and you've already gotten to the they say no, leave the person alone, because you can tarnish your image just by being ignorant to what somebody is saying. That is why I said that you should just leave these sexual activities, especially in your teenage age. Leave it alone, because there's a whole lot that goes into that you can not even comprehend. If that is in your priority list, next category is nudes. It's a no-no, but one thing I've come to understand is that no matter how someone rings it in you people's ears, you will feel like it cannot be you until you enter one chance. In this current state of the economy, where people use blackmail as another source of income, and you're coming from a family background where people are even struggling, and you're there and you're saying you're falling in love, and they tell you send your nude and you send it. Sister, brother, mostly sisters, mostly the girlies, because we know how it is when it comes to that situation. We, the females, are always the one that are attacked, whether you like it or not. It's just how it is. So protect yourself as much as possible, no matter how kind the person is, no matter how lovely the person is, no matter how wonderful you think that man is, that woman is. Do not send anything, even to your age mates. One thing I've understood is that teenage males, their level of maturity is, they don't really reason consequences when they are doing something. They might be like, oh, let me share it to my homeboy to show her how sexy you looking, bruh. And that's how the homeboy will show his own other homeboy. And next thing is on Twitter. Mind you, like I said, society will always come for you as a female in situations like this. Protect yourself to the core. And if someone should take your nude pictures without your permission, sue this person, sue the person. Do not even close a blind eyes. Do not say, oh, it's my friend. Sue the hell out of the person. And if you don't have the money to sue, snap their own back and hold it. Aura for aura. Yeah, I'm being serious here, because I went on TikTok the other day and I saw a girl saying something about she saw her friend who took her picture and sent it to her boyfriend because they were having a random conversation. Sister, sue. If any of your friends, I don't know what's going on in your teenage brains, you think it's nice to snap your friend's body while she's changing the clothes, you find out. Do not keep quiet. Sue. And if you don't have the money to sue, snap their own picture and hold it. Yes. Do you understand me? The next category I'll talk about is body image and body dysmorphia. I still remember how self-conscious I was as a teenager, still developing. People around you are going to be developing at different rates. I remember when I was still a teenager, I was always looking at my boobs. I'm like, everybody around me has their developing boobs. Why is mine not coming out just yet? All I want to tell you is calm down. Don't let societal beauty standards, body standards affect the way you look at yourself. Your body is still growing. You have not even reached the peak of your beauty just yet. There's a whole lot of changes that your body is going to take when it gets to your early 20s, your mid 20s. There's a whole lot that is going to change. You that are struggling to get hips, maybe when you're 25, that hips will come from nowhere, and the person that you are jealous of will not even be looking at them anymore. You've not even gotten to the pinnacle of your hotness just yet. Okay, my love, as a teenager, I know that is where the highest amount of comparisons are at its peak, but I want you to understand that you're still growing. Give your body grace, give yourself grace to understand that you're still growing and everybody's going at a different pace. Give yourself the grace by telling yourself that you've not even become the hottest just yet. My own is gradual, but when it comes, it will come. Always speak positively about yourself. You don't know how amazing you look just because you are feeling insecure about one or two things that you shouldn't even be feeling insecure about. The moment you start seeing yourself as the beauty standard, in your head you become the beauty standard. The next category is teenage pregnancy. No matter what social media is telling you, TikTok is showing you how amazing teenage pregnancy is. Nobody shows you or tells you about the flip side of things. Pregnancy, especially as a doctor, I have come in contact with so many pregnant women. All the rigorous activities that your body is going through at that point in time as a teenager who is still developing, trust me, your body sees it even worse than the average mature woman who is pregnant. Nobody is showing you the postpartum psychosis that they may be experiencing, postpartum depression, even those that almost lost their lives because, like I said, your pelvic region is not yet fully developed to carry a baby. So you carrying a baby as a teenager, of course people are doing it, but nobody will come and tell you flip side of it. Everybody's showing you the aesthetic side of it and you think, oh, my boyfriend loves me so much, and you want to get pregnant for him. But I am not going to come here and judge, especially for those who maybe they were forced to fall into that situation out of ignorance or out of some unfortunate circumstances. But for you who opened your eyes and willingly collected that baby because you feel like it's cool, you feel like, oh, they are doing it, I can do it. So I promise it's not an easy task being pregnant, especially as a teenager. You're at the stage where you require a whole lot of attention, a whole lot of care, and a whole lot of love. As a teenager, you're still growing, you're still a baby, and you now come and get a baby on top of that requires like times 2 times 3 of your attention, times 2 times 3 of your care, of your love, of your finance, of your mental health, everything. Especially if your partner, now the one that is now the pregnanter and you the pregnantee, you have to hurt your life whilst the pregnanter is out there still in school. getting his degree, getting his money up, getting everything about himself suitable, and you're out here stopping your life, your entire life, just because you want to be teenage pregnancy. No matter how the world paints it, no matter how social media paints it, it is not cool. And take it from a doctor, you're putting your health at risk. It's not easy out there. Don't test it. The next category is societal validation. Don't obsess over how people see you to the point where you forget how you see yourself. Your top priority and your top opinion in life should be the opinion coming from you, not from others. The moment you master the ability to ignore what will people say, what will people not say, it will help you to chase your goals relentlessly, not minding what others have to say, especially when you know that your goals are on the right track, you're on the right path, you're not following the wrong direction to achieve these goals. Ignoring what your friends will say, be like you want to start social media, you ask your friends and they're telling you, oh, what if you cannot do this? Ignore what people have to say. You have to be delusional to the point where whatever you think you are, that's who you are, despite what other people are saying. Societal validation will steal your joy, and you should master the ability to block out the noise and let your own voice be the forefront of whatever voice you're listening to. Next one is you need friends for your story times, not TikTok. I recently started scrolling on TikTok because I am less busy, and some of the stories I hear from teenagers, I'm like, don't you have friends to talk to about this particular situation? Some of the things that you're supposed to share to your friends, to the people who are very, very close to you, like the world shouldn't hear about this thing. You come online and you're talking about them, and then you're now wondering later on when people use the same stories you share to them as a way of insulting you or making you feel horrible about yourself in the future. Some stories are better left untold to the public and better told to people who are close to you in person, so that even if it's going to leak, you know the one or two people you told, you can go and hold and be like, told you to go and say this type of thing. But online, you don't know the amount of people. You're exposing your personal life to so many different people, those that have psychological issues, psychiatric patients, people that are not in their right senses. You're coming and pouring out your personal business to them. Please go out and touch grass. Go out and talk to people. Rate of suicide amongst teenagers will be ameliorated if you people cultivate the habit of talking to people in person than online. So try to build your people skills, try to build your social skills, make friends, speak to them, and stop sharing so much online. Dating a married man is not a flex. I don't know where you are getting this from. We've seen teenagers 17, 18. Oh, my boyfriend is married, but I don't really care. Sharing is caring. Sister, from now to tomorrow, that man is not going to leave his wife or his children for you, except you're willing to come and be the second wife, which a lot of you are. I don't know where people's brain are, but I'm not here to judge. My own is, I don't need to emphasize so much on this. All I have to tell you is dating a married man is not a flex. Next one is your parents can be wrong sometimes, especially in our generation where parents grew up in a completely different dynamic. The world that they grew up in is completely different from ours, and sometimes you might relate to them, especially those who are artistic and creative. If you explain to them from now to tomorrow, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a doctor, they will not listen to you, and it's coming from a genuine place of care. That doesn't mean that what they want for you is actually going to be what you want for yourself, but sometimes the approach they use in coming to advise you may feel like it's insulting or condescending. I want you to understand that parents, whatever they're doing 95% of the time, is coming from a place of love. So I'll advise any teenager, especially those who want to do something different with their life, sometimes you need to rebel. I'm not saying you should go and fight your parents, but you need to rebel, but with wisdom. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, if you want to do something, sometimes you can go ahead and do it and then come back to your parents with results, in the sense that they will see these results and it will be very hard for them to say no. I hear so many stories about some young people who get opportunities, and the opportunities are really big and life-changing, but because their parents said no, you have to go to school and all of that, which is good. Education is a very good thing, but you feel like something that's going to be life-changing for you and it's something you want to do, sometimes to go ahead and do that thing and then come back to them when the deed is done and let them see the result. I am not saying that if your father or your mother tell you do this and you know that whatever they're saying is coming from a place of love and care, protection, security, I should ignore them, but I believe that you're wise to discern and know when. Tell yourself, I feel like I need to do this thing even though they don't want me to do it, because you know that the end result is bigger than their concern. Even if you're rebelling, make sure that your security is at the topmost priority, because most of the time their problem and their concern is usually a security, whether it's financial security, physical security. Make sure that you are secure even though you're taking risk and even though you're trying to rebel, because sometimes, in as much as we love our parents, they can be wrong sometimes. Love doesn't hurt you. I see so many teenagers who are going through domestic violence, especially if you grew up in a family where all you know is domestic violence. Grew up seeing your mother being violated by your dad, or vice versa, and you as a guy, you saw your father doing the same to your mom, and you grew up with the mentality thinking that that is actually the right way to show your love to a partner. And you as a young teenager, you're in your first love, your young love, your partner is violating you and your friends are telling you that this is wrong, but it's all you grew up to know. Not come here and hold your hand and let you understand love doesn't hurt you, whether it's physically, emotionally, psychologically. They are abusing you, your partner is insulting you, downgrading your physique, and you're still there thinking that, oh, he's just telling me this because he wants me to change. If he wants you to change, he should leave you and go and meet that person that he feels like it's perfect, because nobody is perfect. Your partner should be willing to stay with you despite your imperfections. So if you're in a situation where you're being violated and your friends are speaking to you, please listen to them. Don't think that they're jealous, because it's wild when I hear teenagers be like, oh, you're telling me to leave him because you don't have a boyfriend, because you don't have a girlfriend, that's why you want me to leave. People are coming from a place of care and love, and all you think is jealousy. Who is jealous of being beaten? No offense, but I just want to let you know that love wouldn't hurt you. So if you have that mentality that it's their own way of showing you love, there's so much more positive ways for them to show you love aside from hurting you. Next one is, if he or she is more than 5 years older than you as a teenager, run. Especially if you're not even up to 19, please run away. In my next video, if you like for me to dive deeper into how to date properly as a teenager, because I'll not advise you to run away from dating, refrain yourself from dating, do not even date at all as a teenager, wait until your 20s. That is one of the social skills I want you to build in your teenage age as well, dating. If you want me to make a video on how to date properly, the do's and don'ts, especially as a teenager in this era, things you should avoid, the kind of people you should avoid in your dating stage as a teenager, give this video a like and drop a little comment in the comment section to let me know that you would like to see that video. And if this video gets at least over 100 likes, then it will signal to me that people want me to talk about how you should date in your teenage age. But all I can say is, if he or she is 5 years and above older than you, run. Next one is, if he touches you inappropriately, slap him and run. In this world, that a lot of stories are always coming up based on how our security, especially as women, is being violated on a day-to-day basis. This is the era where you need to speak up, be very, very vigilant, protect yourselves, especially as a woman. And I always emphasize women, not that men do not experience SA as well. The ratio between men and women who have been experiencing this right from the time past, the margin is very, very wide, and that's why I always concentrate on it, because obviously I'm a woman. The way the man is meant to be the protector, this is our era now that the man who is supposed to be the protector has turned to become the predator. You have to speak to the younger generation that they should be very, very careful about the spaces they go to, the kind of friends you keep as well. Even when you're going out, you need to make sure that sending pictures, sending information to people around you, your friends, to your family members, at least somebody should know where you're going to, who you're going with, the time they should expect a call from you, so that if they don't hear from you, they take action immediately. If it's to go and learn taekwondo, learn it. If it's to go and learn how to use whatever weapon you can use, learn it. Protect yourself. Do not share your location to any man, especially if you're just starting to see this person. Trust no one until they can be trusted. And as for the males as well, make sure you protect yourself. Just because this situation is surrounding the females, there doesn't mean that there are no females out there that can use this situation against you as a young person. You understand that these particular topics around SA and domestic violence, if you is attached to your name and is made public, it can affect even your career path. So you have to protect your image from situations like this. You've gotten to this point of the video. It's obvious you've been enjoying this video so far, so why haven't you liked? Please like, share to your friends, your family, your enemies, and don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notification bells, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Until then, stay happy and stay blessed. Mwah.